Hey everyone, I hope this video finds you well and healthy. And just want to take some time to share some tips about starting a Google Slides document in order to share weekly agendas, resources, schedules, things like that. Um, I've just got about 4 or 5 quick tips that I wanted to share with you and sort of show you what I've used in the past that's been pretty successful. So let's get started. First, you'll want to open up a new Google Slides. And the first tip that I've got for this is resizing the page. A lot of teachers have done this in the past too. You can make ebooks out of this. You can make business cards, but by resizing the page in Google Slides, it gives you a lot of options to kind of play around with. So first, to do that, you go to File, go down to Page Setup, click on the drop down arrow, click on Custom, and then change it to, like, if you just want it regular paper size, 8.5 by 11 inches, hit apply, and you'll see that changes the layout of the slides. So if you were to ever want to print this off, you have the opportunity to do that on a normal size paper, just regular copy paper, or sometimes this is just more aesthetically easier to follow and to look at. And it gives you, especially if you're doing a list, it gives you more room to add stuff like links and assignments. So let's say you have your title slide. Yes. Oh, COVID-19 and whatever. You add another slide. Now, here's a couple of recommendations I'm going to make. Once you've got like a title slide or something like that, make it look nice. I would recommend having like an index for each teacher, and I'm also show you some tricks that's going to really help with this. So, if a parent were to want to go here, let's say instead of each teacher having to find their slide throughout the deck, you just have them all listed at the beginning. So let's say I'm only going to do a couple of, say, Coach Wendell, let's say Miss Frame, and Miss Smith, for example. So once you've got those listed here, you can actually hyperlink the slide for, let's say, Coach Wendell to the index here. And you may want to have some instructions for your parents. So let's say click on the teacher's name for their slide, something like that. So let's say we add another slide for Coach Wendell. Coach Wendell picks her layout, whichever one that she wants. And my suggestion here is whatever you put on the index slide, I would also have that be the title of that teacher slide. So if you put Coach Wendell or Miss Wendell or whatever, um, make sure you put the same thing on the slide. So let's say Coach Wendell has hers. Monday, do this. Tuesday, do this. So once you kind of have that set up, you'll go back to Coach Wendell's original slide. All right, so you'll go back to Coach Wendell's slide, highlight her name, and then you can right click on this, or I like short keyboard shortcuts, so you can do Command K, or on if it's not a Mac, it might be Control K, and that will allow you to add a link to the text. So you'll see the text says Coach Wendell, and the link, you can either do a hyperlink to another website, or if you click on slides in this presentation, it will take you to other slides. So obviously, if a parent clicks on Coach Wendell's name, we want that to take them to Coach Wendell's slide. So you'll apply that link. And then when somebody's navigating through here and they click on Coach Wendell's name, it will take them directly to Coach Wendell's slide. And so that's just an easy trick to help parents sort of keep up with what slide they're looking at, who's going to who. Obviously, you can use the same hyperlink trick to if you do have some websites that you want kids to go to. So, like, let's say, for example, Coach Wendell has, a PE website that she wants her kids to do for Monday. She can just say, um, do this activity, highlight, Command or Control K, and then insert a link here to another website, or if you have another Google Doc, something like that. But the big trick here again is to hyperlink. I would put all of the related arts teachers' names on an index slide like this. And obviously, you can make the text bigger, however you feel like doing that. But link each teacher's name to their own slide. And it's just cleaner. It's easier to understand. If you're a parent, it's easier to navigate instead of having to scroll through a ton of different slides. So, another trick here, let's add a slide for example, Miss Frame. I know Miss Frame has been doing some outstanding daily music challenge videos on YouTube, and so she might want to attach those daily music challenge number two. And so if Miss Frame wants to attach those, she can do a couple of things here. She can hyperlink the videos, just like we showed you, to the text here, or she can actually insert a video. And this is another reason why I like um, Google Slides here. You can insert a video from YouTube or from your Google Drive. So if you go up here to where it says Insert, you go down to Video. You can search it in YouTube. If you have the link to the video already, you can search by the URL. If the video's in your Google Drive, you can upload it straight into from your Google Drive. So let's start by searching on YouTube. Frame on Music Challenge number 2. Select the video, and then it inserts the video directly onto the slide. And you can resize it, you can move it around, you can do all kinds of cool things with it. So there's the video. It plays straight from the slide. There's a couple of formatting options you have, but I wouldn't really fool around with that. The other way you can add video that I would recommend is from your Google Drive. Now, the trick here is it will, if you select this, it will find videos from your drive, but I would make sure that the sharing settings to the videos, if this is what you end up doing, are open. Because if you add a video and the settings aren't to where anyone with the link can view, um, parents are going to click on it and you're going to get a ton of request access to video, which is, if you're not ready for that, kind of annoying. But that's just another way to add videos to the slides. So, and adding the videos from Google is more simple. It's one less step if you don't want to set up a YouTube channel. Um, it's easier. Just make sure those share settings are open. I know Dr. Buckner was talking about maybe doing some read aloud videos. If you do that using Screencastify, which I'm using right now, gives you a lot of options as to how to share or embed to YouTube links, Google. And the good thing about Screencastify is it literally gives you an option to get a shareable link. So that should work just as well. So, having said all that, once you get the slides set up the way that you want and everything linked the way that you want, the next question is how to share it to parents. And there's a couple of ways that you can do this. Probably the easiest would be you go up here to the right upper right hand corner, and you'll notice that as soon as I hovered over it, it said private to only me. You'll want to change that. Go ahead and save the name by clicking Get Shareable Link. And then you'll notice that right here it says anyone at Blount County Schools with a link can view. We want this to be a can view link, but we want to change it to um, anyone with the link. That way, parents who do not have Blount K-12 email addresses can view this. I wouldn't necessarily go as far to public on the web, but anyone with the link, excuse me, can view. So you click save. copy the link, and then you can just email this out to parents or put it um, however you want to host that link. Either way, that's probably the easiest way. What I've done in the past, and this is just an extra option that's out there if you are not interested in this at all, feel free to not use this. But what I've done in the past is I've actually used this Google Slides weekly agenda, these tricks for absent work. So if a student missed my class, they had a place to go on my class website, which I still have. I haven't updated in a long time, but I'm going to show you how to add it to a Google site. If you're interested in this, I can show you how to start a Google site. They're really easy to do, but this is again just another option. It worked really well for me. It might work well for you if you have parents who are having a hard time kind of figuring out emails and links and stuff like that. So this is what it looks like for the new Google Sites on the publish page, on the or the editors page, whatever they call it now. I had my tabs set up. You don't really even have to do tabs. You could do this right here from the home page, but I had my weekly agenda tab set up where kids would go see what were. I don't even know when the last time I worked on this was. Last May. So and you say I've got a couple of videos embedded here. So if you wanted to add the slides that you've made, all you'll have to do really is go to Google Drive, find the slide deck. This is really incredibly easy. Uh, let's go last opened. Select the slide deck and then select insert, and it just drops it right there on the page. And if that's too many clicks for you, you can actually just right click right where you want to insert something on the page, or you should be able to. Let's see what all I've got here. You should be able to right click on the page and embed something too. But the reason I would always have this on here is because people could, when you're viewing this from a parent or a student's standpoint, all you would really have to do is if you had the weeks set up, which again I'm not sure exactly the format you guys want to do, they would just click through the slides and say, okay, that's this week. That's that week. I missed that day. Here's those videos. And it would just show the slides straight from there. So, I would recommend if you're starting out and you're not super comfortable with all this, keep it simple and just get a good, usable, shareable link that says anyone with the link can access. You want to make sure you're putting can view. If you put can edit, you're going to have parents jack up everything that you've worked on. If you put can comment, they're going to leave a ton of comments. Just put can view, and I would just for what it's worth would recommend um, having one slide per teacher and keeping it updated a week at a time. And that way you're not overwhelming when, sharing a link with parents that have 100 slides. You can have your weekly agenda on here with any kind of links that you want. It's real clean. You would have a maximum, you wouldn't have any more than 10 slides on this. So it's just clean. I know this has kind of been a longer video. I hope this helps. If you do have any questions, please email me, text me, call me, whatever. I was telling Coach Wendell the other day, this is kind of my jam right here. I do like messing around with stuff like this. So just holler at me if you need any advice or any other tips or have any other questions. But again, I do appreciate what you guys are working on. I appreciate your flexibility with doing all this stuff. And like I said, if you do need any help or have any questions, just let me know.